Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4. Let's bond with Kurt. Kurt, what's that you're reading? Oh, instructor. It's a letter from Mueller, actually. He gave it to me before he left. The Lieutenant Colonel, huh? He gave you a letter even though you were face to face? That's right. I found it rather curious myself. I only just started to read it, but... well, it's more of a family matter than anything, really. No need to concern yourself over it. He wrote me to take care of it. When I have the time, that said. Preparing for the sanctuary should be our foremost priority at the moment. Huh. Lieutenant Colonel Mueller wouldn't write a letter like this for no reason. Plus, I am pretty curious, I'll admit. I'd say you have plenty of time, Kurt. After all, this is my own pupil's family matters we're talking here, not some strangers. If I can help in any way, all you have to do is let me know. I'll be there for you as best I can. Instructor. Thank you so much. I know I can be somewhat of a burden at times. There's a certain place I'd like to go. Could I get you to accompany me? Reed and Kurt set off together. Along the way, they talked about the contents of the letter. The Heimdall military police aren't here. Maybe they were relocated when this became a conscription office. Their forces were diverted to Heimdall area, so local offices are empty. Ah, there you are, Kurt. Hello, Mueller. We meet again, Lieutenant Colonel. Yes, long time no see, Reed. I apologize for calling you away for this. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to attend to. It's no problem. I'm here to lend Kurt my full support as his instructor. And if that wasn't enough of a reason, you did go out of your way to delegate me as his partner. I still can't quite believe it. Did you really find Roland's other twin sword? It's true. Well, would you look at that? Roland's sword. Clear as day. We found the left-handed one in Requel, and now you've recovered its pair. We stumbled upon it while we were readying the Courageous 2. It was as if something led it to us. I had no idea you already had its pair. It must be fate. You know why I summoned you here, don't you, Kurt? Indeed. I read the letter. You want me to have Roland's twin swords, under one condition. Instructor Rena and I go through with this trial of yours. Forgive my asking, but why am I included in this? This seems to be a Vander family business. I'm not even trained in this school of swordsmanship. I understand how arbitrary all of this must feel to you, but it wasn't my decision to make. The moment I grasp this sword, I sense Roland's will. The two of you stand before me as the successor of Roland's dual-blade style, and the inheritor of the Ashen Knight. Moreover, your relationship's not unlike Roland and Emperor Dragos, who cut their way through the War of the Lions side by side. Roland died before his time. I refuse to stand by and let history repeat itself with you, Kurt. That's why you must prove yourself more able than him. And you, Ashen Chevalier, show me you surpass Dragos himself. Are you seeing this aura coming off the swords? So we've got to defeat both you and Roland in spirit. Very well. I accept your challenge. I've long looked up to you and my ancestor of legend. If it's a test of mettle you want, I'll face you head on. Well said, Kurt. If it's the two of us, I'm sure we can accomplish this much. Let's do it, Kurt! And so, their fierce battle with Mueller began. Mueller boosted by Roland's spirit, came at them with full power, even more crushing than they'd seen at the Infernal Castle. But Reed and Kurt struck in perfect sync with each other, managing to turn the battle into an even match. And then... Now! Not too shabby after all. Indeed, well done. Roland's equally impressed by the ability you've demonstrated today. You've earned the right to wield his swords, Kurt. Thank you, Mueller. So, how do they look? They fit you perfectly, Kurt. You certainly look the part as Roland's successor. I'm proud of you, Kurt. Encouraging you to join the branch campus was definitely the right choice. That means a lot to hear. I'm well aware I've yet to reach the heights of swordsmanship or experience you, Father, and Roland have. But I've managed to gain so many things nobody else ever could. And I owe it all to the friends I've come to bond with, including Instructor Reen. Couldn't have said it better myself, Kurt. Working together, I know we'll reach even greater heights. Of course. You know that now I did? I actually could... I have something else where I have a pretty good now that I think I'll edit it instead, maybe. I might. Reading Kurt bid Mirror farewell, wishing to see him sooner rather than later. They returned to Courageous, Kurt carrying his new swords with undisguised joy and astonishment. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Before anything...
Okay.
That's diligence is its own
I must
reward.
train even more. Ready to go. I must train even more.
Oh, right, I gotta go through here if I want to see that. Hey, hey, nice new swords, and they look good on Kurt. I hardly feel I am worthy of inheriting Roland's blades. That being said, I know that I've also been able to do things nobody else would, in a way only I could. I'll continue to aim for greater heights with that in mind. When was it? Oh, Laura's over here now. Oh, here you are, Laura. Nice work back there. Thank you. I've rested up enough to prepare to undergo the trial at the sanctuary. I'll be counting on you then. Alright, we need to finish up with the area around here. Oh, I don't know what the hell is wrong with my back. It has not been feeling great today. Hey Nash, thanks for saving my ass in that battle simulator. I just can't seem to get good at shooting. I really don't think I'm ready for a real battle. I told you not to worry about it. I'm no marksman myself, but us newbies gotta help each other out. I used to hear you say that, man. Little Bird says that war's close. Whatever happens, let's come back alive. You can bet on it. He's just a mechanic. Since I only need to go to Dragonheart Fortress there, let's go ahead and get that cleared out of the way. Seems your transfer is confirmed, Warrant Officer Allen. I heard you've been reassigned to the Zalbert Soldat unit on the front line. Can't imagine General Craig or Lieutenant Colonel Neihart are going to be too happy to hear that. That's a good thing I went over their heads and straight to the IDF for the transfer. Though it's technically not official until the war really starts. Why'd you bring it up? You looking for a transfer too? The 4th Division's not what it was. You'll never win any glory unless you're right in the thick of all the carnage. I don't know, sir. Being on standby and keeping the peace is still an important job. I suppose there's nothing we can really say to convince you out of that now. But we'll be rooting for you anyhow. I don't need you cowards to root for me. I can't believe you would throw away the chance to crush the Republic once and for all. Well, if you won't come, you won't come. I'll just have to take down that many more enemies in your place. The Republic streets will run red with blood for the glory of the Empire, and so that Bridget and I may finally have a future. That doesn't even sound like Alan anymore. The curse's influence over him must be getting stronger. I don't like this. Alan could notice we're here at any moment. Now seems a good time to retreat at a safe distance. God damn you, Alan. Well, what do we have here? Instructor Reen, it's an honor to see you again.
You guys have to see what we're working on.
That's about the size of it. Your plan was to use the Durflinger and the Arc Royale to destabilize their defenses, right? It won't be easy dealing with the RMP and the Intelligence Division either. We have to think outside the box. We're going to need plenty of support on the ground in the lead-up to the final rivalry, too. It will be no easy feat, but Instructor Michael taking command of the Durflinger should inspire confidence. As for the Arc Royale,
that's going to be packed to the gills with Thor's grads. We've got a lot of friends in the military, so we should be able to poke some holes into their defenses.
We can also count on Monica from the swimming club, and Klein, who's in the Intelligence Division now. Wow, when you hear it spelled out like that, it really brings home the scope of the plan. Have you ever known Thors to do things in half measures? By the way, Kenneth and I have been traveling around making arrangements for the two train destinations. We'll be safe here a while longer, but we should probably start thinking about where we want to go next.
Right, I think we can get closer to the front without being spotted.
I trust your judgment in this completely. You both have a real eye for details. Must be thanks to all the time they spend together looking for perfect fishing spots. Well, this would be the catch of a lifetime. Thanks everyone, best of luck. Of course.
Be careful out there, you guys.
Oh my god. Hey Ada, checking out maintenance in the Durflinger. Yes, it uses a system unique to the branch campus, including the calculation methods and settings. While I've backed up the original data, what I'm in the process of now is rewriting it to match specifications made by and for the main campus. I see. Thanks for that. I'm counting on you to use the Durflinger as best you see fit. Of course, I'll take good care of her. Anyway, I feel like I finally have an idea of how sizable the missing piece of this equation is. Almost every operation so far has been led by Prince Cedric after all. And now, it kind of leaves me feeling, well... I understand. It's only natural to feel on edge at a time like this, you know? But you've all changed since then, right? Yes, the times of me chasing after His Highness, trying to be worthy of him are in the past now. I don't doubt there will be difficulties that we cannot manage alone. I need to sit differently. I really do. I really do. Hold on. But it's our turn to lead him, away from the wrong path he's chosen, and we'll be unwavering because no matter what, we adore our prince. In that case, I'll be sure to watch the main campus. Yeah, the main campus's courage come through. You can bet on it. I wonder if something right quick. Yeah, okay. Just making sure of something right quick. Yeah, no time to talk to him. Hello there.
Good day, everyone.
Celestin, I didn't even know you were here. I don't think I've seen you since the airship incident. And my, how grateful I was to have you there. Things could have been much worse. Fiona, Instructor Michael, it's good to see you again, too. I understand you've been briefed on the plan? That's right. We've been participating in the visionary tactics. The handling of the Durflinger will be left largely to the main campus students, but coordination between all parties will be key. Right now we're just working out the logistics of it all. Oh, so that's why you're here too, Fiona. Yes, I came to discuss matters with Major Michael and Father Stead. He says the 4th Armored Division is going to turn a blind eye to any movements on the Derflinger's part. I see. It makes sense the General wouldn't want one order like that traced back to him. Thanks to that, getting around should be quite a bit easier. We were just going to start drawing up some more concrete plans when you arrived. Marcus High Arms has agreed to provide support to the operation across the board. I will also be on hand for the duration to offer what assistance I can. Right, I'm feeling more confident already.
What did I...
What? What'd I come in here for? What? Should I... Is it just because there's students here? I don't care about them. You see fewer and fewer men in Parm, and yet the conscriptions continue at this rate. Yet the conscriptions continue. At this rate, it'll just be women and children, the elderly here. Mr. Carter is stretching himself thin, helping everyone. I wish I could do something for him. Guards taking over the tavern while the owner's away, did you hear? I've got no doubts they can manage it. But it'd be a darn shame if he let his dying skills get rusty. I like having him as my arch rival. So you do.
Well, have you come to join on Story Day? It must be utterly incomprehensible for children to lose their parents to war. I should try reaching out to them with Adios' compassion at the very least.
Father Hobbins has been keeping our morale up with his inspirational ceremonies. Adios will provide guidance for us if we seek her, you know, your faith is definitely strong. May Kenton's father return home soon. May Kenton be able to find happiness. Father Hobbins is telling me lots of stuff about Adios and old legends. I'll do my best too, even though Dad can't be here for a while. I'll probably cry sometimes, but I'll do it for my dad's sake. Dang kid, you sad. I sat with the children listening to Father Hobbins' stories all day. Story Day is a public reading of tales based on Adios' teachings, arranged for young children. They both looked They both looked so at ease listening to them. Father Hobbins was so wise to think of this.
I see. The general store.
Have you anything to sell me? No. I'm not as naive as to have thought my husband would somehow avoid getting drafted. But when it actually happened, I was anything but ready. Unlike me, he just sat quietly, accepted it. I don't know if I'd prefer if he swore and raged against his fate instead.
I had a feeling it was coming, but my draft card finally arrived. I'm trying to cram in as much weaving as I can before it's time to leave. I've practically glued myself to this womb. Poor Lou's gonna have to manage all this on her own soon, so I want to lighten the workload as much as I can in the meantime.
Honestly, miss the days I had a chair.
Ugh.
Nothing in there.
You may find it hard to believe, but I've been called on to join the army as an engineer. They must be desperate to draft an old man like me. My shop will stay open, so don't worry about that. Mr. Garner promised to look after it.
He sure is gonna look after a lot of stuff. Tourist. You got anything?
Many stores in Parm had to close as men got drafted into the army. Everyone is really struggling right now. Sometimes I wonder if it's okay for me to continue like nothing happened. Reggie joined the army and left the other day. He was a promising one. He won the special award in this year's Spring Dye Festival. I wish I could have done something to keep him. But we're powerless here. When the army calls you, you've got to go. Bertrand asked me to look after the place after he returns from the war. Securing supplies is no easy task, but I've got good neighbors who are letting me buy from some of them. Content started helping out recently, but he's not here at the moment. He said he was going to church with Clover. I see. I get it. You're worried your dad's... Oh, no, wait, I need to change voice. I get it. You're worried about your dad going out to the army. And you're mad because it seems like your mom doesn't care, right? Yes, that's why we're fighting. But I think that your mom is really very upset. Why would you say that? During the Civil War, both my mom and dad protected us, but they were taken to be by Adios' side. I cried to my big sister every day, but she wouldn't cry. She said to cheer me up instead. But one night when I woke up in the middle of the night, I saw her crying. That's why I think your mom really does want to cry, but she's staying strong for you. Then, I was being mean? Ever since the master was conscripted, Timothy has been so worried. Both the mistress and I have tried our best to cheer him up, but it's just had the opposite effect. Richie is now our last hope. I wonder if it'll work. It's been a while since we've got a break together. Things have been hectic, indeed, of late. I heard that you got a message from Mary the other day. I did. It sounds like they've implemented a full-scale military training curriculum over at Thor's. She's in charge of training for the new type of Panther soldats. My poor girl must be stressed beyond belief. My darling daughter is instructing in the use of deadly weapons? Ugh, this is exactly why I was against her becoming an instructor at a military academy. That does it. My sweet, kind-hearted girl will participate in this foolish war no longer. I'll get in touch with the principal and... Please calm down, dear. The other instructors may have been helping Mary however they can. It sounds like she's in the clear now. Well, as long as she's safe. By the by, speaking of instructors, I trust she's not been propositioned by any ne'er-do-wells among the facility? You really do dote on that girl. Now that his lordship has returned, the master has a bit more room to breathe. It's such a relief. Supporting artists is a noble pursuit, but he was working himself to death. Even now he must be under so much pressure, what with the government requesting substantial funding. That's where I come in. It's my job to ease his mind by serving him the most delicious tea I can muster. I took him for a nag, but he turned out to be a sensible man. Very well, I accept your offer. Charles! Wahaha, you gullible idiot! Didn't notice the carbon paper underneath, did you? You signed 2 deals at once, you fool! And guess what? Guess what's the one you haven't seen in Tales? What are you talking about? You've just donated all your land to me! I'm going to put your tenants to work! Have a summer cottage built here and whatnot. War's not my game plan. My plan is to live comfortably right here. And that's exactly what I'll do thanks to you. Wahaha! I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but the contract you speak of is all soggy and illegible. grabs the water bottle, pours it all over it. What? But you didn't spill anything on the table? How did this happen? I suppose the tablecloth was still wet from when I washed it yesterday. The paper on the bottom got damp and the ink blotted all over. Charles got lucky this time. I don't think his signature on carbon paper is illegally sound, but still. That was a really nasty scam. What a bastard. Marcus Firearms! I was under the impression that you were in hiding.
Apologies for the intrusion. I wanted to have a meeting in secret. Do you mind if I use this space?
A secret meeting? Make yourself comfortable. This is your mansion after all. This golden-haired young lady. I don't think I've had the pleasure. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lucy Sealand, Secretary to the Grand Prince of the Principality of Rimaferia. Today I'm speaking on behalf of the Grand Prince. Rimaferia? I do have some information on the movements in the country. I thought they joined an alliance with Mildeen to take part in the war. I wonder why they're negotiating with the High Arms. So that means Rimaferia is still keeping themselves open to other options. Marcus Ballard, would it be okay to speak with you? I know that his lordship is well informed of the situation in all aspects. I hope you'll use your great wisdom to help advise us on our best way forward. Alright, Wilhelm. You have abundant experience when it comes to political maneuvering. This is easy. Well, of course, I will definitely offer you the best advice I possibly can. Do you mean it? Thank you so much. Bro. Come now. Time is of the essence. Let's make our way.
Sure, let's use the office.
I'm impressed how easily you persuaded it. It's due in no small part to the efforts of your lordship. I wonder what else he could do for us.
Shall we get going?
Our timing is near perfect. Secretary Lucy is holding a meeting with the two Marcuses. It doesn't look like it's about Operation Meal Mirage. She's in the office. This might be a good time to visit her. I'm just so glad that Master's back. According to what I heard, the airship his lordship was in got hijacked. I'm ashamed that I was enjoying my life quietly passing by while the Master was in such a predicament. I'm going to make sure that all the servants are better trained to serve the Master. Hey, don't walk away. Hey. I'm so happy. Master just returned. I knew I didn't have to worry about Master because Mr. Silliston was with him, but seeing him happy and well, I can't help but feel giddy. Why, hello everyone. Who would have imagined we'd run into each other again so soon? Good to see you again, Lucy. Sorry if I interrupted your talk, I didn't mean to be a bother. Oh, don't be silly, you're not a bother at all. Besides, the things we're discussing here today affect you just as much as they do us. It's hard to argue with that. But putting that aside for now, I've been traveling a lot lately, so I picked up a very interesting novel to read in transit. It's set in Rimaferia, so that immediately caught my attention. That being said, would you mind taking it off my hands? My bags are heavy enough as it is. It would be nice to know it was going to a good home. Okay, sure. I can't wait to give it a read. Thank you so much. Here you are. Now, if I were Kiwa, you would have had to check to make sure the book wasn't bugged. But rest assured, no gift I ever offer you will contain any sort of listening device. Good to know, I guess. Thanks.
I'm pleased to hear you've safely reunited with Prince Oliver.
You had a hand in making the Courageous 2 happen?
My involvement's only recent. Marcus Firearms reached out to me in secret enlisting my help.
I see. It's the reason Lucy's related to that.
She's here for a different reason, but we're also working to find a solution to things. I've heard about your latest undertakings. The current